Hello everyone! I hope you're having an amazing Monday. I have a couple cool things to show you guys. I think I showed you guys most of the stuff in my office except the floating candles, aside from the picture that I showed you. So I can't wait to show you guys that. That's probably one of my favorite parts of my office. The reason why I bring this all up is because we're going to be talking about dreamy spaces today, inspiring spaces, how we can create a space that encourages not only dreams and out-of-body adventures, but also restful sleep, motivation, inspiration, and all of the good things. So I definitely think it is very important for us to care for our space because this is a space where we live, we express our emotions, we go to different dimensions of consciousness. And so you may have heard me talk about dream temples, and that's what I call my bedroom, is a dream temple. And so I also urge you to change the way that you think about your bedroom and the words that you call it, and try to come up with something. You can even call it dream temple. To me, that makes it feel so sacred. And when we are going to sleep, we're initiating ourselves into another place, another dimension of consciousness. And so it is kind of a very sacred space where the energetics of that space should really be as clear as possible. So we're going to dive into that. If you guys have questions about that, let me know. And I'll go ahead and show you guys the cool lights I got. So the coolest parts of this is that the remote is a wand. So let me go ahead and turn off these lights. It's not very it's not very dark in here. So let's see if I can. Okay, we got our trusty magic wand here. Oh, hello. Do you see? Beautiful. Beautiful. It's very hard to hold this because everything's backwards. Hopefully I don't like accidentally exit out of the stream or something. But look how cool this is. So I've been keeping this wand with my real wand. And I think it looks so awesome having these lights. I think it adds so much to my space, especially the Galaxy projector lamp that I got. Thanks, Jason. Our little birthday gifts to each other. It definitely adds to my space. So love that. Yeah, I don't know, I think I showed you guys this part. Let me. Okay. So also I'm doing this on a tripod. So if it's like not very smooth, that is why. Ah, there we go. Looky! I have my very own moon, or my very own cloud, and it comes with this huge remote control, and it comes with an app, so you can program it however you want it. And then behind that, I have a moon. Let me see if I could turn that on for you guys as well. And you can also program that. I love just having the moon white, honestly, like that. Turn that off there. But yeah, that is, what I've been working on, partly. Just getting the supplies for my office, but then throwing everything away, going through every single thing that I have in my office, and thinking about what intention I want for this space. And the intention for this space, now this isn't my bedroom, but I do a ton of work here, so I almost feel like my bedroom is also my dream temple. My intention for this space, and I recommend all of you creating an intention for different kind of spaces of your house, is to feel inspired and to inspire others, and to always feel and create from a clear, genuine, authentic place. And I think that I just needed to switch up my office to match the person that I am now, because I had my desk that I first started my business with, I had so much clutter in here, so many things, and I love things. I collect a lot of weird things, and it just felt suffocating. It was discouraging me from from working in this space because it just felt so heavy, you know, so cluttered. And so I decided, well, like, I really feel like I've grown a lot since I redid my office last. So let's take everything down. Like, let's get all new everything. Brand new desk, new supplies. I really had to push myself to give up the things that I knew that I didn't really need or didn't really care about too much. And that, I think that's the hardest part, is like deciding, like actually deciding that you're gonna let something go in your space. And now if there's things that you really care about, obviously you can hold on to them. But it's clearing out your environment with things that you forgot about, that you really wouldn't lose any sleep over, that really don't have any like sentimental value and stuff like that. So yeah, get rid of all of the stuff that doesn't fit in any of those boxes. And yeah, you will feel so much better when you look everywhere, knowing that everything is something you love. You're surrounded in all of your favorite things. That to me is really cool. And I haven't felt that for a little bit. Even with clothes, like minimalism, for example. I was watching something on minimalism, and I'm not saying be a minimalist. Really what minimalism is just not having the things that you don't use or need. So there's no set rule of you can only have this many things to be a minimalist. It's really just about minimizing the things in your home and in your environment that you don't need, you don't use, that just sit there, that's just clutter. And I think we could all benefit from that. There was someone in there who was talking about when they pick out clothes from their closet every morning, and they're like, now I don't have to sift through tons of clothes that I don't wear. Every shirt I have is my favorite shirt. And I thought that was a cool way to live, like being connected to everything that you have in that way, and everything that you're not connected to, being willing to surrender that or to give it to someone else that may need it. Like for me, I have like a throwaway pile, like a donate pile, and then like a maybe pile. And then once I figure that out, I figure out if I'm getting rid of it, like throwing it away, or donating it. And that kind of helps. And once you get going, it gets a lot easier and more fun. And that's definitely I have my balcony open, by the way, so if you can hear any craziness, that's what it is. How much do you pay for rent? It's actually really cheap for the market here, I'd say. I think it's like around $2,000. And I'm in a 2-bed, 2-bath right now. And it's pretty spacious. I like it. It feels really cool and cozy, and everyone that comes over here, they're like, whoa, what dimension am I stepping into? And so I've really been able to make it feel really cool and awesome. And next year, I might be able to put a down payment on a house by myself, which is crazy. I would have never thought that I'd even be able to think of that before 30 years old. And so knowing what I've done with an apartment and thinking about what I'll be able to do with a home and a garden and a yard and neighbors that I can actually talk to, I feel so excited. I feel so excited. And if I'm trying to manifest Washington, if I'm trying to align my current circumstances with Washington, I need to teach myself to feel the way here that I'm going to feel in Washington. Because if that's really what manifestation is, and reality shifting is aligning the person that you are now with the person that you desire to be. And that includes how you feel, the thoughts that you're having, how you feel in your space, I think is really, really important. So for example, I don't know if any of you relate to this, but laundry is one of my least favorite chores. Just because I feel like it takes so long. It's never ending. Like, you know, like you'll always have laundry to do, I feel like. And there's been times where I've let my laundry basket sit in my room for like a week, sometimes longer. And then like things start to pile up because maybe like your clothes aren't put away, and then maybe you like get some stuff in the mail or whatever and you haven't found a place to put it, and so things are kind of like around, right? I have way lower dream recall when I'm in a space that feels like that. When I'm in a space that feels more cluttered or not as open, like, or I like can't see my floor because of all my clothes or something, and I'm like walking around, like that not only makes me feel a little bit stressed, but it really affects my dreaming experiences. And I had some really cool dreams last night. I don't know if you guys have had witnessing dreams, right? Who here has had a witnessing dream before? Thank you guys. Thank you. I'm so excited. And once I get out to Washington, that's when we're gonna have retreats. That's when we're gonna have meetups. That's when we're gonna have all the cool stuff. Like, I can't wait to actually connect with you guys and meet my family. I got emotional about that yesterday because I love you guys so much, and like, I don't have a lot of friends in real life. Like, I really don't. Like, I spend most of my time working. I spend most of my time with Juno, doing my own thing. And I feel kind of isolated in real life because there's no one here that I really connect with, you know, and I'm kind of I feel very deeply, I think very deeply, the conversations I like to have are very deep, and there's no one around in Utah I've been able to connect with. So pretty much all of my friends are online. It's all of you guys, and I just can't wait to hang out with you guys. And if you're someone who has also felt kind of alone, or you don't feel like you have people that understand you, I think the best thing we can do is learn how to understand ourselves and what we need and the space that we would thrive in. Because if we create a circumstance, a space where we can thrive, where we feel inspired, where we feel motivated, where we can connect with others, we're going to attract and create an experience where there's more people around us that feel that same way. So the friends, the type of people you're looking for, exercise that type of person within yourself. And I'm not gonna lie, I cried about it yesterday. Because I watched this Yes Theory video, and they visited one of these blue zones. I think it was in Japan. And a blue zone is where people seem to live abnormally longer and are healthier, and just have longer lifespans than other people around the globe. And I think there's only like 5 blue zones or whatever on the planet, and there's one in Japan, and there's people who have lived way past 100 years old there. And it's like, they're all about community, connection, they all help each other. All of their doors are literally unlocked for everyone, and they're in this community that is just so beautiful and so supportive. And I started to cry because that's so what I want. That is so what I want. I want to be in a place where I can be surrounded with people who think in the same way as me, at least to some capacity, that feel deeply like me, because I feel like I care so much about everything. And the people that I meet seem to not really care about anything. I don't know. And of course, it's just the people that I meet. But here, everyone's just kind of going out partying, drinking, going on to whatever they're doing. And I just like feel this disconnect with the people around me in that way. And I just can't wait to meet you guys, for our soul family to come together, for us to have meetups, for you guys to come hang out with me in Washington. I mean, there's so much that we could do, and I'm so excited for it, and that video just showed me what was possible. So I love you guys. You are truly my besties, my soul family. I can't wait to hug you guys in person. I cannot wait. So that is coming, especially when I get out in Washington. What is up, Agni, also known as Burning Spirit Light? What is up, my friend? Skip, how's it going? I have a decent amount of friends in my hometown, but I still feel like an outsider. Simply Spirit, what is up? I have one good friend here, and he pops up in the chat sometimes. Shelby, him and I hang out a lot. Him and I are gonna take Juno hiking next time him and I hang out. But other than that, I really keep to myself most of the time. I love meeting new people, but it's not the same here. It feels like people just like don't want to talk. You know how you can just sense it? Like, people will try to, they see you walking down the street and they'll purposefully like avoid you or like take another direction so they don't have to interact with anyone. That's how it is here, everywhere. And then when I go to Washington, I'm just walking in a park, and then people start coming up to me. Hey, oh my god, I love your pants, I love your hair, oh my god, your plugs are so cool, that's awesome, where are you from? Oh my god, you got a cool dog. Have you ever checked out this donut shop down the street? Like, people just talk to me. And I feel so like a part of everything. In Utah, I feel a disconnect in that way, so I deepen my connection to self, and I deepen my connection to my environment. My home is my temple. It's like my safe space where I can express how I'm feeling. I go through everything here, all of the weird experiences that help me evolve, all of these aha moments, the places that I go to in my dreams and in consciousness. It all happens mostly within these walls. And so really caring for our space in that way is caring for ourselves, because this truly is our home, you know, this place that we're in currently. This is our soul's home, our body, which is why we really want to take care of our body, learn to listen to our body, learn the cues of our body, what our body needs, what feelings we're feeling, and how to care for ourselves when we're feeling those things. Like really building that awareness and intelligence with your physical body, and then the body of your home, the foundation that holds you right now, I think is so important to care for. And again, like it could be in whatever way, but what I want to ask you is, if you could set any intention for your bedroom, for example, like where you have your lucid dreams, your out-of-body experiences, like all these cool experiences, what intention would you set for your bedroom if you could? And what physical things could reflect that? Like, I want to hear it from you guys. What's your intention for your bedroom? If you saw it now as a dream temple, as a place to support you and keep you safe and help you travel these different dimensions and actually bring back guidance and connect to deep parts of yourselves that you're actually supposed to connect with in order to evolve in the way that you need to evolve, in order to reach the desires that you want to reach in this lifetime. It's all connected, and it starts with how you feel, and it starts with the space that you're in. First, your body. We have to make sure that we are caring for it. And Aurora said this. She said, our body is a garden cared for or forgotten. And I love that. So think on that as well, and how you can care a little bit more deeply for yourself. But also, if you were to set an intention for your space, your bedroom, your whole home, whatever it is, what is that intention? How do you want to feel in your space? And what can reflect that? For me, it's lights, it's color, it's clouds, it's moons, it's nature. So I have lots of like ivy hung up and stuff, magic. So I have a lot of Harry Potter stuff, things that remind me of magic, that anything is possible. I love learning, so I have books all around me. Again, like I have dried out tons of roses, so I can always have little pieces of nature all around me. Like, you just fill your space with what your inner child desires. That's really what it is, because our inner child, at its core, is our truth. It's the purity of our soul. And I think that the more that we listen to that and let our space reflect that playfulness, we will have more playful experiences. We will feel different. We will have different dreams. Our content in our dreams will change. The quality of your sleep will improve. And I'm sure that if you are spending more time feeling aligned with the life that you want to live and your environment, you're going to connect with other people who also are aligned with that way that you're feeling, those bigger desires. It's all connected, and it starts with your body, how you feel inside, and the thoughts that you're allowing yourself to think. Because I'm not gonna lie, I do feel lonely in some times, in some ways, with friendships. Like, I have tons of people in my life that I can talk to and share things with. But I don't think I have those deep, deep, deep friendships that I desire. Like being within walking distance of a friend and just walking to their house in the morning with some snacks and some tea that I got. And like not just coming over unannounced, being able to hang out and just really connect with someone in a deep way where we can hold space for our spiritual growth in each other. We can bounce off really deep ideas with each other. Because that's one thing that annoys me. Not necessarily I just hate when like I'm going to a really deep, passionate place of something I care about, and the person that I'm with, they're like, cool, so fucking gas prices, eh? Like, I can only talk about certain surface level things for so long before I'm like, this isn't it. Like, this is not where I'm supposed to be. So more friendships like that are just playful and natural, that still feel like I'm alone, you know? The friendships where it's like you still feel like you're having alone time by yourself with that person there, because it just feels so natural, like the person that they are with the person you are, it just has that really natural, like, alignment with each other. That's what I truly desire. And I think I've also had a lot of like trauma with friendships. And you guys remember the Diane story from 2 years ago, if you've been following for a while. That was the last time that I truly let myself get super close to a friend. That was the last time that I did that. And not that I've had many opportunities since to connect with someone in a really deep way or create a new beautiful friendship. I really think it's the just like the place that I'm in. Utah does not feel super inviting in that way. Washington though, I step foot in Washington and people are like talking to me, dogs are coming up to me, it's crazy. And the polarity between how I feel in Washington and what happens in Washington and with how I feel here and what happens here, clearly I'm supposed to be there. My feelings tell me that. But until I'm there, how can I feel fulfilled? How can I feel complete and whole and inspired and motivated and aligned with my space? That's really what we need to come back to when we are feeling that way. Let me catch up. It's not the same space as my dream space. I want to start with some plants, something like small herbs. Yes, get some plants, get some herbs in your environment. Absolutely. Get an oil diffuser next to your bed. A humidifier as well would be great. That's what I would want, but yeah, I like things like that. Yep. You know, it's interesting. I think, and what a lot of people tell me as well is like, well, I was talking to Chance yesterday about this, and he's like, that's what's so beautiful about the digital space is being able to connect with so many people across the globe. And that's so true. But there's also something very different about a physical connection, like being able to like hold someone's hands and look into their eyes, you know, and like laugh with somebody and go star watch and cloud watch. Maybe it's just like my playful childlike nature, but these are all the things I used to do as a kid. These were all the things I used to do with my friends. We would go run in the forests and play in nature. We would watch the stars all night and make wishes on every single shooting star that we found. We would watch the clouds and make weird shapes out of the clouds. As I got older, I got into like magic mushrooms and all these fun things, and it would be an intimate connection with me and one other person or maybe two people. And I really love the intimacy of close, raw, genuine, organic friendships. And what's beautiful about the digital space is that that's what's helping us connect and meet and know about each other. And that's why I'm so grateful about this space as well, because look at how many of you I'm friends with right now. Look at how many people are just hanging out with me in my house. It's beautiful. And I think that the power behind technology is what we do with the knowledge we gain from it and how we nurture the friendships and connections that we have created from that. And I can't wait to take these digital friendships and hopefully I can meet some of you in person. Of course, we've talked about this once I get out to Washington. But yeah, I just wanted to share one of my desires with you, is to connect with true soul family, like-minded dreamers, all of you. I love you guys so much. So that is really a way that you can drop in deeper into your space, is weaving in your intentions and your wishes into your walls, basically. And again, one of the ways I do that is through lights and color and sound and smell. I love the ambience of being in a really dreamy spa-like place. And feeling relaxed and whole in this space is going to help me show up in those same emotions, and that's going to basically manifest what happens from this point on. The feelings that you feel from this point on is going to play a role in your next experiences, opportunities, connections, and that's why I always say the feeling is the secret. And really it starts from our environment and our thoughts. So how are you gonna nurture your dream space? How are you gonna nurture your home? How are you gonna reflect the type of person you are in your home? If you couldn't say anything, if you could not say one single word, but you wanted whoever comes into your home to know what you're saying, to know what type of person you are. Like, how would you represent that? Like, if you're going to tell someone the type of person you are, your desires, your dreams, but you couldn't say a word, how would you create that visualization for them in your environment? Yeah, can we all lucid dream? Does blood type play a role? Blood type does not play a role from my understanding. The only thing that would play a role in your ability to lucid dream is if you had a REM deficiency or you had a difficult time sleeping in general. The basic understanding is that everybody dreams, just not everybody remembers. And because everybody sleeps, everybody dreams. And if you're already dreaming, then you can easily translate that into a lucid dream. And if you aren't dreaming, there's a few ways that we can build up our dream recall. But if you're already remembering your dreams, that is basically proof that you will be able to turn that into a lucid dream. It's pretty much the same thing, just a little switch of awareness. Pretty much what turns a dream into a lucid dream is a part of your brain called the prefrontal cortex that's associated with your sense of self and your critical thinking. That pretty much turns on when you're lucid, which tells you, oh my gosh, this is a dream. You know, it's your sense of self comes to life in this alternate world, and you can tell that something's off because it's this version of your mind awakening in that dream space. Thanks, 911 Chan. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for the $5. Is that like my blood type you're talking about? And people have asked me my blood type before. I really don't remember. All I remember is sharing it with someone, and then they were saying, what is that one blood type where like it's not found anywhere on the planet? You know, have you heard of that? There's like this, I think it's like, I don't know. I don't know any of this. I don't know anything about anything. Okay, the blood types, I don't know. But there's one where it can't be tracked on anywhere specific on the earth. Have you heard of that? Pretty much someone told me, a few people have told me that about my blood type, but I don't really know what my blood type is. I'll find out one day, I'm sure. Yeah, and also it's like spring cleaning, right? Spring cleaning time, so if you get that random urge to clean up your space, then you follow that. Again, feeling is the secret. Follow your feelings. They will lead you to where you're supposed to go. I don't know, cutting motions. I have no idea. Yes, Agni. With Chillin' Chance. He's a Twitch streamer, if any of you would like to check him out. It's crazy, because me and Chance are polar opposites. And somehow it works. He is a huge gamer. So if any of you also need a really good gaming buddy who can carry you if you ever need it, or just be a great companion, like, he is your guy. And that's the thing, Agni, is, yeah, I've been dating Chance for 8 years, and we're so different. We go together really well. And I think this is what proves that opposites attract. But as far as dreaming and like hiking and art and all that stuff, his main thing is games. He loves gaming. He loves all of that. Streaming, all of that. And so there's a lot of parts of myself, because I feel like I'm complex as a person. There's so many parts of myself that I'm not able to really connect with Chance, for example, because he's not very into art. He loves art, but he doesn't really do art himself, right? Hiking, he'll go, but it's not something that he like desires to do. Same with like camping and stuff. So I feel like that's where like the really deep, genuine friendships will come in, like, because there's so many parts of my inner child that I want to let out and just play with someone. I like really just want to frolic through the meadows in Washington, identify mushrooms in the forest, watch the stars, watch the clouds. We can come back to my house and make some really cool dream tea. We can cook some dinner and then go have a bonfire outside. Like, looking for a friend just to kind of chill and to like be in the dreamy world with me. I want someone to hang out with me in my wonderland, okay? That's the world I live in. I need my homies to meet me there. But yes, I think that will really be fulfilling for me to find those, because a lot of those things I just do by myself, because obviously Chance isn't super into it. I'm not gonna make him do it. You know, you're gonna paint this picture and we're not leaving until you do. No, he can live his life. But as far as going out, going on excursions in nature and all the weird things I do, it's gonna take me more than just this stream to like share a day in the life with Haylee. We'll have to do that sometime though, because that would be really funny. But yeah, I desire to share that with someone, to share that with some good genuine soul family. And so I think that's one of my intentions that I'm creating with this space, is to allow this to inspire me and convey things in a way that will light other people up and create shifts in other people. And then this just soul family of inspiring dreamers comes together and we create this beautiful connection together online. And then we've already built up this like knowingness of each other where now we can literally change the world and create a lucid empire in person. It's not a big order. It's not a tall order. It's not. We're just gonna change the entire world and get everyone to dream. It's not a tall order. I already go to dreaming. You know, and a lot of people tell me that. A lot of people say, hey, you popped up in my dreams last night and told me I was dreaming. And I'm so glad that I could play that role for some of you. Because I actually remember learning how to lucid dream and having a couple people that I would watch pop up in my dreams be like, is it time for a reality check, or what do you think? So if I'm doing that for some of you, I love that. The journal, only 50 to 100 people have it in the world. It is positive 90%. Oh, cutting motions, I'll have to look in because I have no idea. Like, that's what someone told me, is that my blood type couldn't be tracked on it. I have no idea what it is. And I don't even want to guess because I really don't know. Just know that Harry Potter films were based off the pure blood magic bloodlines in real life, possibly also. Interesting! Oh my gosh, I'll have to look into that. That is really cool. Wouldn't it be cool if video games could allow you to explore your inner world? Yeah, and you know what's interesting, Lunar? It's been scientifically shown that if you are a gamer, it's actually easy for you to lucid dream because you are more in control of an alternate reality and you are using more critical thinking skills than just normal people throughout the day. There's this problem-solving part of your brain that is way more active in gamers, especially Chance, because he's gaming all the time, like 10 hours a day. So I'm like, damn, bro, like you would be the best lucid dreamer. And he was dream journaling for a little bit, but I think it's just so out of his realm and stuff that he hasn't really experienced, so he doesn't care about it too much because he hasn't had that like dreaming experience. So he just like kind of stopped writing in his dream journal and stuff, which is totally fine. But you know, your girl had to try. I mean, people have asked like, oh my god, I bet your boyfriend is lucid dreaming every day because he lives in the house with you. No, girl, he's not. But hopefully we'll get there. But he does know a lot about it. He has to listen to me talk all the time. So he knows a lot about, a little bit about a lot of things. So, pretty cool. See, one little seed at a time we're planting. Haylee, do you think that in some scenarios you just need to wait to receive these gifts that you try and teach? I feel like even after months and months of practice, I just am not ready somehow. Totally. And that comes back to following your feelings. Because, for example, I was supposed to create my podcast before I went to Washington. I did not have enough time. Things felt scattered. I just like felt so not aligned with it. And what's interesting, and our we just fight back, right? When we feel something, we're like, no, I have to do it this way, blah, 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 blah. When really our feelings are leading us to what's probably better for us. So if you ever feel just like not aligned with your practice, you don't feel motivated, like maybe you're supposed to put out a YouTube video today and you just don't feel like it. don't do it. And wait, because you will feel something change and you'll know when it's right. And every time I have not, like, there's some videos where I try to like create and I'm like stumbling over my words. I like can't even get a sentence out. And it feels so difficult to create a video. I know what I want to say, but just like my brain is not working. I've learned to just be like, now's not the time, I guess. All right, you let me know when, body. You let me know when. And you will feel when's the right time. And usually if you just follow that, there will be something magical or powerful in that video that wouldn't have been there before if you tried to force it. So the same thing is with your practice. If you are trying to lucid dream, if you're trying to induce an out-of-body experience, if you're just trying to practice being in the liminal state and you just feel so resistant, you can't focus, you feel annoyed, like whatever it is, take some time away and look at how you feel and what you're thinking. Again, if the feelings are the secret, and every feeling has a thought attached to it, what if there's a subconscious thought in the background that's actually stressing your brain out and causing you to dissociate, to procrastinate, to feel stressed out? Our conscious mind is only 5% of our brain, so we have to be able to monitor our feelings and our thoughts if we want to know what's wrong, and if we want to know a better and easier way to do something that feels better. So, if you ever feel like you need to disconnect, you need a break, take it, but also really just pay attention to the feelings that you're feeling and the thoughts that you're thinking. And if any of you are in my Astral Project series, we're diving into all of that right now for the next month, like self-reviews and self-care. If you are not in my Astral Project series, I have made videos about body scans and how to fully feel a feeling. I would definitely review that because that's what I'm talking about when I say to really create awareness with how you're feeling. There's a certain process that will allow your intuition to speak to you directly through your feelings, and it could take like 3 minutes. If you've never heard of the way I teach body scans, I definitely recommend checking out that video, and maybe I'll make a video pretty soon so we can just have a refresher. I would come back to that and the thoughts that you're thinking. And as far as Elijah, let's get to your tip really quick. I have 2 to 3 spontaneous lucid dreams a month, but I can't seem to induce any. I also have a lack of common sense in most of my dreams. For example, I'm at war with aliens. Oh, totally. Yeah, so what I want to tell you first, Elijah, is there's something called a dream sign. And there's 3 types of dream signs. And you can probably guess it. A dream sign is a sign that you're dreaming. Now, there's 3 different dream signs. There is a thematic dream sign, which is pretty much, it's the theme of your dream that is weird. So this is where you're at a war with aliens. Right? Like that, the theme of the dream is what tells you you're dreaming. So there's the thematic dream sign. Well, yours is like thematic anomaly. So there's a thematic dream sign, anomalous dream sign, which is like a weird anomaly, flying cars, talking animals, things like that. And then recurring. If you have any dreams that tend to reoccur, that's what shows you you're dreaming because you've already experienced that before, so you already have the awareness built up that you know it's a dream. So there's 3 types of dream signs. The theme, just a random anomaly, and recurring. And our job is to know our dream contents and get familiar with it so that awareness naturally shows up when we're dreaming. So for example, my biggest dream sign is that I'm in school. I always dream that I am in a high school, and the theme of the dream is weird, right? Because I'm already graduated. I'll be 27 in August, so I'm definitely not in high school. So the theme of the dream is odd, but also that it reoccurs so much that I definitely know that school equals dream. So my dream sign is a thematic, recurring dream sign. My job now that I know that I dream I'm in school is to create more awareness around the topic of school. Because when we dream about something super weird and super random, but we don't realize it's a dream, it's just because we don't have enough awareness built up, which is totally natural. We usually don't know we're dreaming when we dream. We're retraining our brain in a different way. So definitely be patient with yourself, but it's pretty much like training a dog with associations. So your job is to know your dream contents. Again, I would review it like at the end of each week. And by the way, every time you write in your dream journal, I would underline whatever dream signs are in there. whether it is a person that showed up who has passed away. Maybe you dreamt of your grandma, but she's actually passed away. Underline that. Let's say that you have another dream that you're at war with aliens. Underline that. That way, when you go back through your dream journal, you see all of the underlined things, and so you're easily able to see all of your dream signs. So at the end of the week, you'll go back and be like, holy shit, I dreamt that I was at war with aliens 4 times this week. So the thing that you're dreaming about the most, that's what you're going to start to create more awareness around. So maybe for the next week, anytime you hear of war or aliens, or you see anything that reminds you of that dream, you're going to stop and ask yourself, how do I know that I'm awake right now? Is there anything dreamlike about what I'm experiencing? Where was I 10 minutes ago? You want to probe your environment. You want to activate that critical thinking, because the more you activate your sense of self, critical thinking, that prefrontal cortex, the more it will habitually lighten up, activate when you're in your dreams. So the more critical and aware you can be of your dream signs when you are awake, the more critical and aware you will habitually become when you dream of those things, because you've trained yourself to be more aware of those things in waking life. And the habits we have when we're awake are the same habits that we carry into our dreams. So if there's a certain way that you want to act in your dreams, practice making that a habit in waking life. And that is how we can train ourselves to become lucid, is by that waking practice. It's taking our dream signs, bringing them into the waking state, and activating that awareness and critical thinking around them. That way, the next time they show up in our dreams, it's like part of us remembers that we know it's a dream sign. Part of us remembers that we've seen it before. So it's all about creating those associations and just creating that habitual awareness around whatever we're dreaming about the most. But the only way to do this is to know what we're dreaming about, to track what we're dreaming about, to underline our dream signs. So that is what I would focus on there. Let's see. How I solve a limit and it's approaching infinity when the degree is... Oh, what do you mean, Matt? And you also said Justin, so maybe you're not talking to me. Interesting. All of this connects to the TV show Stranger Things NCAA project. Oh, I've never even seen Stranger Things. I wanted to wait until it was over to see what people thought, because I almost got into for example, Game of Thrones, but apparently it wasn't worth it. And that's a lot of time, these long series, and plus I already have so many things I'm trying to watch. I have to really know that I'm gonna like it. Oh, okay. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, Matt, I think he's just... I don't know. I can't do math right now. No, do you think playing beautiful games affects your dreams better than violent games? Oh, totally. You know what I've been playing? I've been playing Animal Crossing. Okay, and I've been dreaming that I'm on tropical islands, collecting coconuts and making friends. And you want to know what I dreamt about when I was watching American Horror Story every day for months? Can you guess? And I like darker dreams sometimes, haunted type dreams or horror dreams can be fun for me for some reason. But if I had to choose, I would love to be going on adventures on different islands, collecting coconuts and all the usual stuff. But yes, that's actually why reality checks work. If you can train yourself to be aware of your dream sign, it's going to show up in it. When you're awake, it will eventually show up in your dreams. That's why we dream of movies that we watch, TV shows we watch, games that we watch. It's because our subconscious is taking so much information in during our day that we process that when we go to sleep. So if you watch a horror movie right before bed, you may notice you dreamt naturally of that horror movie. So we can use that to our advantage when we want to influence our dreams. So yeah, we can use that to our advantage, or we can, make a dreaming experience that we really don't want to have based on what we're experiencing throughout the day. So yeah, and if you are working most of the day, for example, you're probably going to have a lot of dreams of being at work. So yeah, whatever your consciousness, your subconscious is taking in the most during the day, that's most likely what you're going to dream of. Unless you do a dream planning exercise right before sleep, then the last thing that you remember before you close your eyes is most likely what's going to be influencing your dreams. So that's crazy, cutting motions. I'll have to I'll have to check that out. I can't even remember what I'm watching right now. Well, I'm watching Next Level Chef right now because it's Gordon Ramsay's new season or new TV show, and oh, it's so good. It's probably one of my favorite. I'm also losing my voice, if you could tell. Do you believe in succubuses and dreams? I don't know. I don't believe a lot of the things most people tell me I should, like, oh, demons are gonna come eat your soul when you're inducing an out-of-body experience. It's like, okay. Tell them to bring me food on the way here. Like, I don't really know. All of that stuff, it's just, I don't think there's a natural place in the universal structure for evil or negativity. I think it's totally man-made from all of our experiences, all of our traumas, our thoughts, our actions against other people. I think that all of that over the hundreds of thousands of years or however long we've been here, I think all of that has kind of just blanketed over our, like, the energetic reality. And so we encounter some of these man-made thought forms in our dreams or out-of-body experiences, and then we believe that it's not real. It is not real. I don't really believe in succubuses that will, like, I don't believe in malicious entities that are, I don't know. And just with everything I've looked into with, like, quantum physics and neuroscience and the energetics of the universe, it sounds like a fictional story to me. And again, it's all based on our belief systems. And I'm not saying that it's not real and it can't happen, but what you believe creates a world where that is real. So for example, if someone believes in bad luck, then they're going to experience things in their life that they could label as bad luck. It doesn't mean that that is bad luck. It just means that they have trained themselves to believe something is true so hard that now they start to experience that in their life. It's like affirming their beliefs. So I think that our realities are like belief affirming, if that makes sense. And so I do believe that we can have experiences like that. And I've had like a weird out-of-body experience where I could say it was like that. It like induced this fear in me. But I can't label something that I don't. We think we understand why we're here and what this reality is, but we're really kind of guessing a lot of stuff. That's why I don't tell you guys, like, this is for sure real, this is for sure, because, like, reality is so mutable and it is so bendable, and I don't think it's just black and white. And I'm not going to induce fear in you guys when it's something based on how you interpret reality and what you choose to kind of create in your inner world, and whatever is in our inner world is naturally going to reflect externally, because matter is first created by energy, which is our thoughts, our emotions, our internal state, and that's what kind of constructs physical matter, our experience as we see it. That's how I see it anyway. So when people ask me, oh, is a demon gonna come get me in my sleep? Is someone gonna do this? Or am I gonna have this scary dream? It's like, it's all based on the internal universe you've created. I can't tell you what's gonna happen in a dream because I don't know the thoughts that you've been thinking. I don't know the beliefs you have. I don't know the feelings you have, but all I can tell you is that it's all based on that. It's this mirror illusionary world that we live in that is experienced through the eyes of our perception. That's really how I see reality. So when it comes to succubuses and dreams, I'd say no, I don't believe in them in my reality. But I'm not saying that doesn't mean that someone can't have an experience where it feels like that. I just don't really. Yeah, demonology. I used to look into it. What's that chick's name that was a really famous demonologist? I can't remember. But she went to the Lizzie Borden house, and I'm super into everything paranormal, into everything like that. I'm super into that. And I think, yeah, she went to the Lizzie Borden house, and they had a really crazy experience there. Lorraine. Yeah, Lorraine. Yeah. So I learned about Lorraine when I was like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there was actually a a TV series called Psychic Kids, and I was almost on that when I was 12. And and the house that I was going to be going to for the reality TV show, Lorraine actually did like a, I don't know, some sort of like paranormal investigation at previously. But that's how I heard about Lorraine for the first time. And demonology was when I was probably like 10 or 11 because of the Psychic Kids show that I was going to be on. Let's see, I haven't even searched that since I did the interview for it. Psychic Kids, yep, 2008, a paranormal television. Yeah, so that was the show I was almost on. So that's how I kind of learned about her in particular. Alright, so I am losing my voice, and I'm about to go to lunch with someone. And I still have to make my couple videos, so I'm gonna go head out just because I don't want to completely kill my voice before I get all my work done. Eric, how are you, by the way? You're never on Facebook. I try to message you and reach out, but you're never on. And I think I sent you my phone number, right? I think you have my phone number. Hopefully. We need to talk more. You didn't know. Just kidding, I know. Okay, previous question. In an OBE, is it possible to go somewhere that you can create anything you can imagine? Can you create worlds and sophisticated systems? Can it be a tool for intellectual expression? I believe so. No, you didn't talk too much. I've been losing my voice before I started this live stream. But wait, what was the question again? Oh yes, I think first of all, a lucid dream, I believe it's 99% of our mind plus the 1%, which is something that's outside of us. So this could be like part of our spirit team, or maybe past loved ones coming in to deliver a message, or having like really powerful spiritual experiences. There's something called the 1% within the lucid dream experience, which I believe, you know, that 1% is like a gateway to something outside of us that we can explore. I think the out-of-body experiences is the same way, but the opposite. So out-of-body experiences are primarily outside of ourselves, and it's our consciousness that is projected out of our body, and we're exploring outside of ourselves. But I do believe that there's also an aspect on the flip side of out-of-body experiences that allows us to experience our inner world and our internal world in a more realistic, different way than we could through lucid dreaming. So I definitely believe, yeah, that that's possible for lucid dreams and out-of-body experiences, just slightly in different ways. Lucid dreaming, I feel like, is more our internal universe that we're exploring, and out-of-body experiences, I think it's more our universe we're taking to project and explore outside of ourselves. So lucid dreaming is traveling inside consciousness, out-of-body experiences is our consciousness traveling outside of ourselves, but I do believe in both experiences there is space for something outside of us, and also a world where we can experience our beliefs and world that we've created inside. Does that make sense? Good, Eric, I miss you. I know I can't remember what it was about, but yeah, I tried to reach out to you on Facebook for a little bit, and it was like months before you saw it. So the next time I caught you, I was like, hey, take my number, just so we didn't miss each other. Okay, cool. That's how I see the experiences anyway. So I definitely recommend exploring and playing with them. For anyone who's new on the channel, I do have a beginner's playlist for like lucid dreaming and out-of-body experiences and stuff. And then I have a playlist just on how to induce lucid dreams out of body. I don't know if you guys remember the form, but I have a form for questions for the podcast. So if you guys don't mind me dropping the link, all these questions you can either share an experience that I will share and talk about on either a podcast or a video, or you can ask a question that I will answer on a podcast or a video. So if you guys wouldn't mind checking this out, I would love more questions. Looks like we have 10 so far, so if you guys could help a girl out and maybe leave me a question or experience just to give me some content to review on my podcast, I would love that. Okay, let me get it really fast. You have plenty of questions. Cool. Put them right here. Pin message. Okay. So again, this is for asking a question or submitting an experience. And it's not guaranteed like when I'll review your experience, but I go through them every time I do a Q&A video and every time I do a podcast. I will either share someone's question or someone's experience, at least one every podcast. So let's go. Looks like 80% have been asking a question, and then we have 20% sharing an experience. Of course. And also for anyone who doesn't know, I do have a community chat on Telegram where you can connect with the community. I'm in there answering questions as well. There's accountability buddies in there if you're looking for someone to share information with regarding your dream practice. It's just a place where we can stay connected outside of our live streams. And there's several little places like that in this community. I have like a Facebook group for the community, Haylee Lynn's Lucid Dream Team, the Telegram chat, different spaces on like Patreon. But yeah, if there's anything in particular you guys are looking for, oh yeah, let's pin that actually. So the Linktree link that Eric posted, thank you so much, that also has the link for sharing an experience. So I'm just going to post the Linktree because this has all resources. So if you're looking for all of the resources in one link, I would save this link that Eric just posted. That will have all of the goodies on there. And also, I don't know if you guys have been seeing all the shorts that we've been posting, but I hired someone to help grab clips of my videos and my live streams of just little valuable bite-sized pieces. So that conversation, that whatever it was, doesn't just get lost in the sauce of a long video. I really wanted little bite-sized pieces of like TikToks, shorts, reels, all that stuff. So if you guys notice, those are coming out and I'm so excited. But yes, lots more to come. Thank you guys for leaving me some more responses to go through for the podcast. I promise that's coming. And again, there will be a public podcast. I want it to be every Friday. And then every time a podcast releases, there will also be an extended version for Patreons and members. So there's going to be technically 2 coming out a week. So I just need to get going with creating the next one. And I'm also including a conversation with Daniel Kelly. He's been on the channel before. He's really cool. He's a magician, a musician. He is a lucid dreaming author. He's really awesome. He's one of my closest friends. And I will be having a conversation with him for the podcast. If you guys have any questions for him, post them in the link I sent you for sharing your experiences or posting a question, and say on your question, like before it, for Daniel and Haylee or something. Make sure just to include Daniel in there so I know that that's a question for the podcast. But if you were already seeing this after it's recorded, then I'm sorry. Daniel might have already been on, but if you're watching this live, now's the time to submit a question if you have any from Daniel, who he's a very experienced dreamer. Very experienced in several different areas that we're going to get into. Will Charlie Morley be on this channel? I hope so. Charlie, you know, it's really cool. Charlie actually had a conversation with me last year about working with him on a retreat, which is my dream because I love Charlie Morley. Charlie Morley was someone that I discovered like early in my journey. And if I could get him on the podcast, that would be a complete, full, I don't know, I'd feel so complete. And you know what's so cool about Charlie? We literally have the same astrology. We're both double Leo, sun and moon, and our birthday is on the same day. And we're both lucid dreaming mentors. That's kind of cool. So yes, I really connect to Charlie, and that's one way that we kind of became friends, was we share very close to the same exact astrology and our birthday's the same. So I thought that was really, really cool. And we're both in the dreaming community. I thought that was a weird synchronicity. Yes, Eric. Yes. You guys will love, love Daniel. Are you following Vedic or tropical astrology? I don't know. I assume it's tropical, but I don't really know a ton about astrology, if I'm being honest. I really don't know the ins and outs of astrology. My past business partner, the one that I worked with previously, was an astrologer, and I did my best to learn as much as I can, but I'm pretty sure it's tropical astrology. August 12th is the day, if you want to know. August 12th, in the astrology I follow, I am a Leo. So you'll have to tell me if that's Vedic or tropical. I'm not 100% sure, but I hope to learn more about astrology, because it's really cool. And I've been looking into what's it called? Astrocartography, which is like your astrology chart but on the whole world map. So it's like you have different like maybe your Venus line runs through Washington, which mine does, which that means I will experience an activation of love and finances in Washington. In Utah, I had my Aries line, which is going through all of my hardest life experiences, fallouts with friends and family. All of that has happened. Yep. And then all it said now in my astrocartography chart is that there's just anger left in Utah, and I have nothing more to gain from it, which I guess that's one way of me freeing myself, is leaving Utah, because I've only lived here. And so it's so cool to see that reflect in my astrocartography chart, which again is just your astrology chart but across the world map, so you know why you're meant to go to some places, or why you feel pulled to some places, or what type of activation you'll get in this country. Like, and it changes just like our astrology charts. So super, super, super cool. Oh, Eric. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's cool. And that's interesting, because I do really, really feel like a Cancer as well. And even, yeah, you know what's so cool? It really does feel like a mix. It really does, because I definitely have like the very fiery, playful, stubborn, very fixed energy of a Leo, but I have so much Cancer in my chart already, and I guess I've been following tropical astrology, but even in that chart, there's so much Cancer and Venus energy in there. So I would love to look into my Vedic astrology, and I would love, if anyone knows enough about astrology to like come on and talk about it, I would love to have someone, the human design as well. I would love to have someone come on the channel to talk about human design. And I think astrology would be super cool. Vedic astrology, I would love to learn about. Thanks, dude. That's cool to learn about. That's cool. That's cool. Well, yeah, I would love to talk to more people on this channel, especially about things that I want to learn about, because that is one realm. Even trying to learn about it, there's so many pieces. Like, of course, I know about like the zodiacs, the planets they're associated with, and the like energetic associations or personalities of each zodiac and how they kind of connect with the different houses and stuff, but really that's all pretty much where my knowledge lies, is yeah, is that. I mean, I would probably keep it to like things that we could use for like personal development or a spiritual journey. I'm sure we'd branch out to other areas, but human design is something I'd be interested in. Astrology, quantum physics I love as well, but of course I don't want things to get too way out there for a lot of my audience, because I want to as long as we can create things where it's bite-sized pieces of value that anybody can implement where they're at, that's kind of where I want to keep my channel. I want to keep it where everybody can get something from it and put something into practice. So as far as like crazy topics like, you know, quantum physics and neuroscience, I'm sure someday we'll talk about it, because those are two of my favorite topics. But I really want to look into things that other people can learn about themselves, like their human design chart, their astrology chart, things like that. I think would be really cool. yes, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, for looking, I was going to say looking up responses. I was looking at the word responses on the share your experiences or ask questions page. What I meant to say was thank you guys for posting your experiences and your questions on the link so I can review those during videos, live streams, all of that good stuff. I love you guys so much, and I'm seriously so grateful for the Soul family. Thank each and every one of you for showing up and even consistently showing up and connecting with this community. I love you guys so much, and I can't wait to give you guys the biggest bear hug ever. Until then, just take a really big digital hug from me and try your best to feel it, and I will send as much love as I can through the screen. I love you guys. Stay tuned for all the amazing things coming up. And again, if you haven't checked out my second channel, the Lucid Mystics Sleep Music, I create lucid dreaming and out-of-body experiences, binaural beat sleep music, every single night. So there's a release every day to help you get more sleep and have more dreams. So check that out if you haven't. I love you guys so much. Thanks to my mods again for showing up, and I'll talk to you guys later. And as always, I'm sending you endless love and endless lucidity. Bye guys. Have a great day.